things that are limiting these children from achieving the bright futures they have. And we want to say, we are coming to say we are creating a stop to that. We're bringing a stop to that. And we are doing all we can with the little resources that we can to make sure that these children have a brighter future for tomorrow.
I like the fact that you are speaking from a place of passion. And indeed, I've met your team and I see how very passionate you guys are, you know, working very closely with the kids and all of that. Let's start with last year. Last year, you know, at the launching of the public of the school feeding initiative you guys had, I also saw that a library was put up for the guys at that particular school. Yes. Tell us about that too.
Okay, thank you so much once again. Yes, we went to some of these schools before we embarked on the initiative. We went into the schools to do a needs assessment. Let's really find out what this school really needs, because we might have an idea, okay, let's go do this in this school, but that's not what the school really needs. So yeah, we went into the school to do a needs assessment to find out what the school really needs, and we listed out a whole lot of things, which was what birthed our initiatives. So we realized that some of these children don't come to school. They don't have breakfast before coming to school. They don't come to school with pocket money. They don't come to school with lunch. So they come learning an empty stomach and they go back home with empty stomachs. And that is not good. That's you can't learn. You can't learn with an empty stomach because your brain can't think well. You're hungry. That's all you're thinking about. You're thinking about food. And these are little kids. These are children in primary school. We wanted them to learn with full stomach to learn and concentrate. So that's one of the reasons why the school feeding was birthed. We went into these schools and we distributed healthy meals to them. We ensured that it was balanced. There was protein, there was fruit, and it was a balanced diet. And one of the incidences that really touched me one time, Madam Swat, I was taking content of a classroom eating their meal. And I stumbled across one boy that was packing his food into a polythene bag, a nylon bag. And I thought he didn't like the food, that he wanted to trash it. And I just walked up to him and I asked him, why are you packing the food into a bag? You don't like it? You want to trash it? And he was like, no, that he has younger ones at home, that he's packing it for them. He's taking it to the house for his younger ones. And that really broke my heart, because he wasn't just thinking about himself. He was also thinking about his younger ones at home. So there's not even food at home for the whole house. That really touched me. So indeed. Things like that, stories like that we come across in the field really motivate us. So from there, we saw other needs in the school. Like you said, the library, there was no library in most of the schools, not even some of the schools. Most of the schools we've gone to, there are no library facilities in the school. So we reached out to partners, to donors, and they contributed, and we made provision. These very beautiful libraries, furnished with desks, with shelves, with storybooks, very lovely. It's a safe place for them. That's the word they use. I use their word because we go for monitoring and evaluation. And they said it's a safe place for them, that they love the library, love going to the library, that encourages them to read. And that's our aim. We want these children to develop an independent reading culture for themselves, so that they can discover what they want to be in future in the books they see, the books they come across. And another thing is the toilets too. Some of the schools don't have toilets. Most of the schools we go to, the children just do open defecation. And Madam Swat, the sad part is that some of these schools are porous. They don't have perimeter fences.
Yes, like that one in that
Exactly,
place.
the one you came for. There was no perimeter fence. So the public, the community just passed through the
waltz
school.
into the school. And dangerous people.
It's the girl peeing outside there in the open. So it just broke our hearts. Like, we really need to do something about this. And that's like I said, we're just passionate people. We're just passionate people, and we're just driven by passion.
So I'm sure that, like you said, I also like the fact that you mentioned that there's a monitoring and evaluation, because sometimes some projects are just carried out, then you forget and move on to the next one. So tell us, how has it been in terms of the feedback based on the feeding program, the libraries? We'll get to talk about this other ones you've done. You know, what's like the outcome? What has improved so far? I mean, anybody who can join in the conversation. Sorry, I might not call names, but if you want to chip in,
the outcome has been amazing. It has been great, especially for the school feeding. Enrollment really increased in the school that we're doing the school feeding. The head teacher mentioned to us that a lot of people, even from private school, parents withdrew their children from private school, yes, and enrolled them in the school. And even good. Children that didn't really care about school, when they hear that this organization was coming to feed the school, the parents sent their children to the school. So yes, the outcome has been really great, and that was one of our major aim, to increase enrollment into school. Since school is free, why not just send your children to school?
Nice.
Yeah, another area was the library.
Just talk to the mic. Okay.
For the library, we discovered that before we got there, their learning skill was very low.
Okay.
We're not, like my colleague said, we are actually passionate people. So we discovered that we're trying to interact with the children. When we were there for need assessment, we did some interviews with the children, asking them questions. And we discovered that a lot of them, even in the upper primary schools, like primary 4, 5, 6, could not read. They could not even write their names. So it became a challenge. And that was one of the reasons why we started the library. And when we started the library, we're not teachers. But we started by teaching them literacy and numeracy, and we're teaching them how to pick, how to match words, alphabet to become words. And the outcome before the end of the term, when we started in 2023, before December, we discovered that their learning skills improved drastically.
Wow.
And from our monitoring and evaluation, most of the children that we listed as low learners became high flyers in.
Can you imagine?
In
it's amazing how one tiny initiative that you overlook could just be the catalyst for, speeding up things.
Yes. It even builds the confidence of some of these children.
I can imagine. Okay, come on, Mr. Suli.
Okay, that's for the reading.
Yeah.
And can I talk about the toilets?
Okay, yes. All right. I mean, if you want to talk about that, that's fine.
Okay.
I know that you guys recently launched a toilet.
Yes.
All right. So yeah.
Okay. Like she mentioned, the first school we went to, we discovered it was really an eyesore for us when we discovered that since children, especially girls, using open field to defecate, and it was challenging. There was nobody. We actually met with some government offices to tell them about, this is what we discovered, and they were like, there are procedures to these things. and we started calling on partners and donors, and we were able to. I think when they came on board, we started with the constructing toilets.
Okay.
We were able to construct 2 this year. Currently, we're on number 3.
Wow. In different schools?
In different schools.
Oh, nice.
We've done 2 in Amak. We are in Gwagwalada at the moment. So we saw the excitement. Now, when we started constructing these toilets, public schools in Abuja were on strike. So recently, they called off the strike.
Yes.
And when the children came back to school, you could see the excitement in their faces. Most of the parents during this strike period pulled out their children from public schools. They enrolled them in private schools. In the schools we are.
Yeah.
When they came back, they pulled them off the schools and brought them back.
That's interesting. Yeah. Wow.
And we constructed toilets, we also have libraries.
Libraries too.
Yeah.
So it's not just the toilet, you also have libraries. Yeah. Beautiful.
So the enrollment, the excitement you see in the faces of these children, then the testimonies is heartwarming.
Yes, indeed. Indeed. All right. So, Ayo and Grace, you guys want to talk to us about your experiences in the field with regards to all the things that you guys are doing? Yes. Getting in touch with these kids, seeing what this project is really transforming them into, or what it's doing in terms of their eagerness to learn and all of that.
So, yes, thank you so much, Madam Swat. We were here the last time and we had a lot to say about the whole thing. And it's just so beautiful to see how, like you said, a small initiative is serving as a catalyst.
Yes.
Yes, because a lot of things are being birthed. The PSRI came from what we saw in the school and how that we saw the children needed a lot. And then there's also one initiative that came up right while doing all of this. That's SSS Start Smart September. Yes, so we saw that most of these children, my colleague Alice mentioned that school is free, although there is a PTA fee. Yeah. And then you'll be surprised that some of the schools is just 1,500, but then some parents cannot afford 1,500.
Very true.
Yes. So now for a child who left home without feeding, which is more like the basic thing a child should get in the home, then you're thinking of 1,500 that could.
So it just makes them feel like,
yes,
just stay back at home,
exactly.
Right?
So then we thought of it and said, okay, we want these children to be at par with their contemporaries all over the world. So first they have to be in school. We felt, okay, they need food in their stomachs to keep them in school. And so we provided food. We saw that, okay, these children are out there defecating in the open. It's not good for you, your health and all that. So we said, okay, the toilets. And then we also saw that, in fact, some of these children are out there or in the house, on the streets, or in their homes and on the streets, hawking and doing all that. We need you to be in school so that you can have a chance at the future. And that's why Start Smart September was birthed. And this is so that children whose parents cannot afford them being in school can actually now be in school. That's the children now. They can have a go at their future, at a bright future. And so this Start Smart is providing a child with everything they need for a full term. That's what CCDI is doing, where we are able to pay for their PTA fees.
Wow.
Yes, and we give
all
them
the students? All the pupils?
Well,
or a select few?
A select few.
Okay.
Yes. As much as we can. If we could do that for all of them and say everybody should go in, it would be our greatest
No, but I mean, there are some people that can't afford it. So the ones who really need it should be the ones that should be the focus.
Yes. Right now, these are the people we are talking to, because all of this we are doing because of the passion that we have been mentioning. And it's a lot of work.
I know,
in fact, the school feeding had to be on hold because of money and all of, because it is really money intensive. But you see, the Start Smart September and the Public School Revival Initiative, all of this is just so that these children can be in school and have a good shot at the future. Yeah, so still speaking about Start Smart. So aside the PTA fees, we get them school bags, school uniforms, sandals, sportswear, sports shoes, exercise books, everything to keep the child in school. Water bottle, because we know you need to be hydrated in school.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's just for a wholesome child. CCDI is up for wholesome children who have a shot at having the brightest future there is, because we know these children are bright. We see these children, they are bright, they are beautiful, they are happy, and we don't want their future to be truncated in any way. We want them to have everything they need to have a shot at life. And so that's why we have PSR and PSRI, that's Public School Revival Initiative. SSS, that's Start Smart September. Another one is 2020, the one for 2025 is here. And that's why we're saying all of this, because we want as much as everybody to join us, because that 1,000 naira you think is nothing can actually go a long way to keep a child. We said some of the school PTA fees is 1.5.
1.5.
Yes, and then if everybody is coming on board, and then we can put a child in school, now you know your child can go to school for a whole year, and it's for the whole year. So all of this is just
beautiful.
Yes,
amazing.
Thank you.
So I mean, I feel people need to come in, but let me talk about partnerships now. Like, how have you guys been carrying on? This is capital intensive, like she rightly noted. So how have you guys been pushing through, achieving all that you've been doing so far?
Madam Swat, just like you said, it's capital intensive. It's a lot of money to build toilets. It's a lot of money to carry out the school feeding program. It's a lot of money to renovate libraries and stock them to standard. Just like we're here now, we're calling on partners to come join us. We've written applications and proposals to different organizations, different partners, different donors. We have individual donors to friends of the organizations that they are very committed in sending their contributions every month to us. And their partners, their organizations, embassies, like we've worked with the Embassy of Switzerland. Shout out to Embassy of Switzerland. They are amazing.
Oh, nice.
They have been our support. They've really sponsored us on a lot of projects. But we need to do more. There's so much they can do because they have other projects, but we need to do more. So that's why we're here, so that people can hear what we're doing and they can join us and come on board with it. Thank you.
Anyone who claims to be passionate about things like, we talk, but I mean, if you get the opportunity to just contribute your own tiny, I don't know whether resources, time. I'm sure you guys are volunteers, right?
Yes.
And you're doing so amazingly well. You want to say something?
Okay, so for me, right?
Yes.
I think the highlight of being a part of the CCDI team is sometimes when I watch how the children interact. Like when we visit the schools, the way they rush at them, it's like they know that we care. So there's that joy. There's that they're not. It's like nothing is faked here. And you know how they say children can always tell when you're doing things just because, and when you're doing it because you actually care.
And with children, there's no pretext. There's no pretext.
They're so excited. You have conversations with these children and you're just like, what have I been doing? Like, I'm so excited to be part of this, because it's like you're part of actually doing something. For a long time, we complain about things just not happening the way it's supposed to. But then, being a part of, saying, oh, I have a stake in this. I can say that I'm praying for these children, or I'm giving my time, or I'm giving my money. I don't know. It does something for us. You get to believe more in Nigeria. I listen to these children talk, and I'm like, Nigeria will be better.
Honestly, it will be.
The future is here.
And seeing that what you guys are doing gives us a lot of hope. Because most of the time we just come here, condemn government. But it's also interesting to see that some Nigerians in their own corner, like CCDI, are taking the initiative to just lead the pace in doing what they feel they need to see. You know, it's not enough for us to just condemn and say government is not doing. Yes, we know that they're not doing enough. But honestly, it's really commendable and heartwarming, and it evokes a lot of hope to see that Nigeria will get better. I mean, I can just imagine if people partner with you, if government, if individuals, and whoever at whatever level just decide to say, you know what, this is my own contribution, my 1,000, my 10,000, my 1 million. How much schools you guys are going to affect, and what changes that will bring about. The simple initiative of the school feeding program, like you said, has increased enrollment in school. It has made children to be excited to now learn. Going to the library now feels like a safe haven. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, you want to say something?
So just so that I could add to your numbers, because you were saying something about numbers now. So it's so heartwarming to think a toilet, say 8 stalls of toilet, like we're building. Now there's a school in Kabusa, and there's 8 stalls here that we have just built.
Wow.
And it's going to be serving over 2,000 pupils. So to think that one small thing, seemingly small thing, is actually serving a whole lot. And that 2,000 is indirectly serving about, say, 10,000 people, because of course your children, the parents now, the siblings and all know that their siblings or their children are in school and they have a safe place to ease themselves, to be safe and all that. So it's more like, I'm just telling people who want to come on board that if you have a good heart, you're not just touching one small child somewhere, you're touching the future.
Very, very true.
If you had a conversation with our ED,
yes,
she wants library to be in every school, the toilets to be in every school, the school feeding program to be running in every
I know, right?
Like, she would want all the initiatives to be running in every public school across Abuja, across Nigeria even. So but just one body, right? But imagine if other people just said, okay, so we're supporting you, we're taking it up, we're doing it in the state, we're doing it. And then everywhere in Nigeria, public schools become like a standard of what schooling system is supposed to be.
Exactly.
That's the vision.
That's and that's why it's very important, speaking about Mrs. Sharon Ayeni, by the way, she is the executive director and the lead, of the team. She is the brain behind Create That Change Development Initiative. Unfortunately, she can't be here today because she traveled. I've spoken with her, and honestly, I see her passion. It's so palpable. Like, you can touch it, and because so those are, for me, if you ask me, those are the kind of people we need in leadership position. It's not just a political thing. This is something that comes from the heart. This is a desire to change, to bring about the needed change. And so once you get to that position, and thankfully she's leading in her own corner of the world, it behoves on other people to learn and also catch the fire and do what is needful. All right, if you want to be a part of the conversation, we have the team here. You can ask your questions. You can throw in your comment and just generally join us in the conversation today as we discuss the Revive the public school initiative that is being spearheaded by Create That Change Development Initiative with the team. A program coordinator, Alice Benson. Stephen Sule is the operations manager. Ayo Ame is a volunteer. Grace Stephen volunteering, as well as Nankam, who is behind the camera and catching our moments tonight. So you can call 0700 951 0000 and 080 9597 4869. 080 999 30137. I see someone calling. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Barrister Swat.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this.
Everyone says
the commercial had to take its course. I apologize that you had to get cut off. But if you want to call back and any other person who wants to contribute to the conversation this afternoon, please feel free and dial the numbers and we will be glad to hear from you. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon once again, Barrister Swat.
Good afternoon. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
No problem, no problem.
Okay.
Out of the system.
Okay.
I agree to your best. We are thanking them very passionately for their humanitarian assistance for this initiative, laudable initiative. Thank you for putting smiles on the faces of downtrodden, the children of downtrodden masses, because the mindset today is that public school is not fit for the children of the rich. Thank you for all these initiatives. History and mankind will reward you, and you'll be remembered for this effort. I want to say, apart from building toilets and putting a lot of things in the school, please you should include this part. What I want to mention, part of your duty. There are some public schools in some neighborhoods. I don't know, maybe because members of that neighborhood, their children never attend that school within that locality. They turn public school into a dumping ground where they dump their refuse. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello. So we have two cases here in Gwagwalada. There's one popular school demonstration, primary school. It was readily accommodating a junior secondary school also. So the people within the locality are dumping their refuse across over the fence of that school. And there's one again, LEA primary school at Ongondodo, the same thing. So they should do something to rescue those kind of schools. Thank you. God bless you.
All right. Thank you, Madam Abubakar, for that contribution. Well, I don't know what to say, but do you want to comment?
Okay. I know of the school he just spoke about.
Okay.
I went there for need assessment.
Okay.
That's LEA primary school, Old Kutunku, Gagwalada, where the community there dump their refuse. Yeah, over the fence. Yeah.
And I'm sure they do that at night or something.
It's not just there. It happens in most of the public schools in Abuja.
Yeah.
Like LEA Nomadic Primary School, Dusengarki, that is Apoduse. The community, there's fence, but the community come into the school to dump their refuse. So During when we're doing when we're building the toilets in the school in early nomadic, we had to build a place for them to dump the refuse because we couldn't stop them. The security that was in the school, they don't have security. Is one of their teachers that sleep there as security. There was no security in the school. The school is open, so people just come and do whatever they want to do. Like it's not just there. If you go to early primary school, sorry for mentioning names of these schools, but there's one in Apo Pibakasa, front of the school. That's where the community dump their refuse. So if you're in the school, even daytime, the whole school will be smelling. And those are the state of public schools in Nigeria, especially within FCT.
Okay.
If I mention the ones going on in Nasarawa State, it's alarming. So
it's really crazy, honestly. Why would anybody want to do that? I just don't even understand.
I feel like because it's a community thing, right? Like your children are in these schools, right? So I feel like communities are even supposed to be somewhat responsible for.
Yes, it's a community thing. It should be. They should be.
They are. The good part with create that changes when we go to a particular community, we involve the district head.
We
involve the SBN. We involve the PTA.
Okay.
And we tell them what we expect from them. And what we are bringing on board and what we expect from them. So one of the ways to even curb this is involving these stakeholders. That will be the end of. We are an NGO. We cannot just walk to the community and start using we call the stakeholders.
The stakeholders, of course, it should be their responsibility. Wow. Okay. Thank you for that one. Right. I mean, so what's the next step that you guys are taking in terms of more of the projects? What's your projection? You want to tell us about what we should expect from you guys?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. This year. Last year we were able to send our SSS, like Madam Ayo mentioned. 44 puppies benefited from 44 out of school children benefited from the Start Smart September initiative. This year we upped it a bit. We want to reach to 250 pupils.
Okay.
In early schools, not just in Abuja, but in Nasarawa State. We discovered that there is a need in Nasarawa State, especially. Like we went to Karu local government to do need assessment, and we discovered that some of these schools lack teachers. And aside teachers, most of the children, because there are no teachers in these schools, some children had to leave schools. What they do now, you see them hawking, and most of them are home. Some of them have gone to learn mechanic work and other skills. So we are calling on the public to join us to reach more children, to bring these children off the street to come and learn the basics. That's the goal for. And for the toilets, we won't take it to. Currently, our donor wants us to do 4. The current donor we have, but we won't take it to most of these schools, to as many schools as we can. We don't put numbers to it, so
the possibilities are endless for you guys, right? Interesting.
So just to clarify on, because we use a lot of acronyms, in-house acronyms, just to clarify, the SSS